let's get it. Today we are doing a review of Onino, which is an up-and-coming company that is launching their ONI utility token on January 22nd. So let's go. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Cabin. My name is Tom, and in today's video we're going to be doing a review of Onino and their ONI token. If you're new to this channel, please scroll on down, please leave this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell and select all so you get notified for when I post these new videos. So without any further ado, let's jump right in here. I think the number one question that everybody would be asking is, what is Onino? So you can obviously come over and check out their website, but they also have a bunch of FAQs at the bottom of the website, and so this is the easiest way to, talk about it. So the Onino ecosystem is going to be a cross-chain metadata registry that will enable you to connect any wallet and verify information on various networks. The underlying architecture will rely on a dual-chain approach to guarantee the safety of sensitive data. So I will go into more of it later about why this is important and what problems that's going to solve. Another question that people want to know right away is, when will the Onino platform launch? And it will have its first version, which is expected in Q2 or Q3 of 2022, and then a full launch is not expected to happen before 2023. So this is definitely going to be a longer term project, but their utility token, the ONI token, is being launched on January 22nd, and so that is a chance for early adopters to get in. They already had the pre-sale a couple weeks ago, and that sold out very, very quickly, and so the launch is expected on January 22nd. On the same time, you can start staking your tokens right at launch. They're going to kind of happen at the same time. So once again, earlier adopters will be incentivized, and this is going to be more of a longer term project, in my opinion, something that you're going to want to hold on to, or me personally, I want to get in, start staking and holding on to it for a longer period of time. Alright, so we talked about what Onino is, but why is that important, and why do we need certain things like this? So the big problem right now is that there's no decentralized solution to collect, store, and verify information from different networks in one unified place, and large ecosystems remain mostly disconnected from each other. So Onino is working to correct that. They will also be working to store this information in a way where you will have the choice of when you share that information, what information you share, and with who. Because we all know that a big narrative in the crypto space has been anonymity, but there can be a lot of troubles with that. And there are a lot of things that are done online or through blockchain that may require certain pieces of information to be known by various platforms. Let's say, for example, you were going to do and take part in an online casino, for example. They would need to know that you were over 18. They don't need to know exactly how old you are. They don't need to know what your sex is or necessarily where you live, unless there's different, restrictions for your state or your country or whatever. But you could reveal that to that platform because you chose to do so. You don't need to show the casino your driver's license or your passport. You can just have that data verified with Onino, and then you could just simply have the casino or something like that just know that you are over 18 and the information is verified somewhere else. So that, in my opinion, is very, very cool. It's kind of giving the power back to the people in terms of their own data and their own information. So the solution is Onino. It's going to be a layer 1 blockchain, like we said, cross-chain metadata registry, and the Onino chain is going to allow users of any network to associate their information and connect it with any respective wallet in any ecosystem in a decentralized, standardized way. So how will it do this? Well, Onino's approach to storing this data is going to be through their dual chain architecture. So there's going to be a public main chain, which is going to be used for processing transactions, running applications, operating the index, and serving as a regulating point of the data space. The data chain is something separate, which will be a decentralized network that is non-scrappable and is well encrypted. So that maybe sounds extremely technical, but here is basically what you are going to be able to do. So in these two separate blockchain networks, one is going to be used for transactions and one is going to be used for data storage, because the personal data, as they say here, is going to be accessible solely during transactions between the owner, you, and the third party. For example, like that casino, that is validated to access this information. The private data, everything else that you want to be kept private, should not be scrapable, or they shouldn't be able to see it. So what are the advantages of separating the transactions and personal data across these two different blockchains? Well, first of all, your personal sensitive data is protected at all times. The public chain allows for transparency, so it is accessible that data has been transferred, but not which data has been transferred. Institutions can be tagged as verified, and thus will have access to specific personal data that they need and no more. Like I said, for a casino, for instance, they just need to know that you're 18 and that's it. Users will have sovereignty of their own data, so personal data is now accessible if the user marks it as readable, but you will have control of that. The data is stored in a decentralized system, which does not allow one entity to be superior to personal data. The one hub here where this is all kind of going to be contained, and the core product is the Onino wallet. So here is what they are planning on doing. Once you set up your Onino wallet, you're going to be able to connect it to any other wallet that you own. So you'll be able to see any object in your possession, whether it be your coins, other cryptocurrencies, NFTs, wherever they're scattered across. You will have one centralized place to look at all of this stuff. And eventually here, when you store your objects natively in the wallet, you will be able to kind of create your own decentralized digital twin, for lack of a better term. There's somebody that's going to be, have all of your information, or the wallet's going to have all of your information, but that is going to be on the blockchain, and that is what you can use to verify certain things for certain applications. And all they need is kind of like the bare minimum information, and you decide when to give it and who to give it to. So obviously there's going to need to be some identity verification, and typically with KYC, basically what you would do is you would hold up, or you take a picture of your passport or a driver's license or something like that. You would upload a photo of that document, and then you would upload a photo of you holding that document right beside your face for proof of identity. However, Onino is going to provide an automated service that's accessible to everyone with a smartphone or a computer, and then make an ID verification super simple. The thing that I like the most is that it's going to be completely up to the user which of the verified personal information gets connected to which wallet, like I said. The information will also only be accessible when access is approved by the user, so that is going to provide full data sovereignty. They have a total of 8 different use cases, and they have a quick overview here on the website of each one. So first of all, here is identity. The Onino ecosystem will allow users to easily verify their identity in the digital space. Second here is mirroring assets. So in addition to mapping out identities, the Onino wallets will enable real-world assets and their properties to be represented in an NFT-like form. Third here is verifying institutions or wallets. So this would be making sure that whatever institution or wallet that you are sending the information to that you say you want to, verifying that they are actually who they say they are. And this may seem simple, but nevertheless extremely important. Fourth is contracts. So this is going to allow you to verify the actual natural person or entity behind any chosen wallet or request. Again, very important for anything that is contractually based. Along the same lines as use case number 5 here, which is document verification. Another similar one here is insurances. So the insurance industry, it has the most middlemen out there basically. It's also a business that can be recreated as a decentralized solution, but only if wallets can connect to your metadata or identity, which is what obviously Onino is trying to do. Use case number 7, anything to do with Web3 online shops, clubs, and casinos, like I said. So it will store any kind of metadata. One specific kind is the age of the user, like I said, kind of that casino example. And use case number 8, which is their digital twin, or your own personal digital twin. So it will allow users to create a verified digital replica of their natural person to use in Web3 or the metaverse. Alright, so let's talk about the ONI token. So this is going to be the native utility token of the Onino ecosystem, which this is the thing that is launching on January 22nd here. So it is going to be used to fuel transactions needed to write and read data from the blockchain. The token provides utility by enabling the use of numerous future Layer 2 applications in the Onino ecosystem. So like I said, they already had the pre-sale. That is done. They had a very successful pre-sale, selling out in just over 3 minutes. And so the launch price there, or the pre-sale price, was 0.08 or 8 cents. And launch price for January 22nd will be 10 cents. You can get all of this information here on their Medium article, but they will launch on January 22nd at 8 p.m. CET on PancakeSwap. And as you can see here, the token price will be 10 cents per ONI token, and there will be a total of $400,000 worth of liquidity at that time. Right once it is launched, you will also be able to perform some single token staking, and you have the option of locking it up for 1, 3, or 12 months. Returns will be dependent on, I think, how long you end up staking it for, and they will be distributed by the Onino Staking Rewards Fund. Liquidity mining will happen eventually. There isn't any timeline for that as of yet, but that is coming. Once you pair ONI tokens with BNB, you will be able to farm. So that is what is happening with the launch, or at launch on January 22nd. In regards to what is happening with some of the rest of the tokenomics and the token itself, in order to safeguard the value of the token long term, they're going to be rewarding holders with increasing numbers of activities in the Onino ecosystem, and they're going to establish a buyback mechanism here. So 5% of all transaction fees are going to be sent directly to a burn wallet, ensuring the price stability of the ONI token. Another 20% of the transaction fees are going to be dedicated to empower the growth of the ecosystem and the developer fund. And then the last 75% here of the transaction fees will be used for staking and liquidity mining. So you can see here how that breaks down the transaction fees. In regards to the tokenomics, we can see what is going to be happening here. You can see 12% to the team, 8% to advisors, 5% to development, and then there was 5% total between the pre-seed round and the seed round, pre-sale, public sale, initial liquidity, airdrops. So that's something cool that I think is going to be coming soon. And then liquidity mining, and then innovation fund, like I said before, and then also staking rewards, which is awesome. When you scroll a little further down here, you can see what is locked and what is not. You can see that the seed round and the pre-seed round and the pre-sale will be locked until January 22nd. At that point, it does appear that they are not going to be locked anymore, but the team tokens and the advisor tokens are going to be locked for 1 full year with linear unlocking over the next 2 years. So like I've talked about with launches before, there could be some big hype around it. Like I said, the pre-sale was 8 cents. The actual launch is going to be 10 cents, so not a ton of profit to be made there just yet. But the seed round investors and the pre-seed round investors could potentially be taking profits upon the launch date. So when the launch comes, there's a lot of hype around it, right? It could launch all the way up. We could get a peak at the top. We could come back down after that. And I've talked about the crypto J curve before, but that is basically what could happen. We launch up, early investors take profits, we come back down, potentially to even lower than what the launch price was, and that could be a better time to get in. So my personal strategy for this is going to be to try to get some early, stake it, and then if we do get that J curve come to fruition, I will pick some more up during kind of the bottom of that J curve to potentially get a better price. Not saying it's going to happen, but I want to make sure to try to get in a little bit earlier. Like I said, start staking and then wait if there is a big dip after the launch. When you get to the bottom of their page here, you can see the rest of their roadmap. So they're kind of in the middle of stages 1, 2, and maybe even 3 here. So they've done quite a bit of this stuff. They do have a CertiK audit on the way, which you can also see on their Medium articles. I think it's right below here. Launch on PancakeSwap. They do have a CertiK audit in progress, which CertiK is one of the more well-known auditing ones out there, so that is very good news. And when you scroll down here, a lot of people I know will say there is a major red flag because the team has not been doxed yet. They will reveal themselves and the company incorporation after there has been the listing on the decentralized exchanges or centralized exchanges. I was able to have a personal meeting with the CEO himself. He did show himself face to face with me, which is always a good sign. We had a really good chat about why this type of thing is important, and I completely agreed. That's why I decided to hop on. So this is a sponsored video. I will put the terms that we agreed to down in the description below so you guys can go and check it out. But that is basically ONI, the Onino ecosystem, and the ONI token in a nutshell, which, like I said, launches on January 22nd. I'm hopefully going to get in on the launch and then keep a little bit on the side for if we do dip afterwards. So that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and if you got some value out of this video, please scroll on down, leave this video a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell, and select all so you get notified for when I post these new videos. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you next time on the next episode from the Crypto Cabin.